Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to the Grudgebringers campaign for Mortal Empires. Now, since the end of the last episode, I skipped forward a few turns to me actually laying siege to the city of Morkheim, only for the garrison itself to come out to attack my army. So we're starting the battle here, with the entire garrison basically making its way straight towards us. And I have to say, I'm a little bit apprehensive, to say the least. I haven't seen this many Graveguard in an army for quite some time, thanks to using the tabletop caps mod that I often use with Close to the Tabletop. So usually we don't see that many special units like the Graveguard, but I think we'll manage just fine. Now, the reason why I'm doing this in slow motion is because I also want to try and showcase some of the new units we picked up along the way. So for example, the main thing I wanted to show off was actually our mercenary ogres here. Now, OvN and the mod creators for the mod have done a fantastic job with changing the orc features to make them look just like the old-fashioned ogres used to. Look very cool, very different from the ogre kingdoms, but still look quite cool in terms of like the style and the dress and that. But we've got our normal ogres over here that are going to need a name. We've also got Ublab Whatgut's mercenary ogres, and you can see the guy himself right here. Oh no, actually, sorry. Did I misread that? I could have swore I spotted him when I checked him out before. You know what, it really doesn't matter. But anyway, that's everyone else. We've got our Bloodfists, our pikemen, we've got our Free Company militia and that on the flanks. Ready now to receive the enemy's attack. Now what I did try to do is actually get my outlaws to come running around and try and kite away a few of the enemy units. And while they're doing that, my cannon has been taking some shots into their front line here. And we've got both Keradon and the warrior priest, who has now got a name, although sadly no one actually submitted one, so I've decided to give a name to him, and I'll do that back on the campaign map. Couldn't quite do it before the start of the episode because I ended the save file actually on the campaign map just before the battle, so yeah, we'll leave it there. Anyway, enough of me actually talking and doing this in slow motion. Let's speed things up a little bit. Now, one thing I did want to show off quite quickly is if I go on to the Grudgebringer infantry, we've now got the Banner of Wrath. Now, it is very, very short range, but it's also quite powerful as well, so I'm looking forward to actually checking that out in combat for proper. But for now, let's go you two and you two. As soon as you get into range, I want you to start firing at the Vargeists. Let's get you guys to do a finger shot right on top of these. Alright, we'll have them continuing on just doing their damage they need to do. And then, let's start the charge, I guess. We'll slow things down temporarily. Right, let's get... Yeah, we'll have you guys... In fact, let's have you come over here. Christ, I forgot I had the war wagon out. Whoops. Okay, let's have you continue firing on these. You pikemen can deal with them. Imperial Foot, come and attack these. You come and attack these. You push forward and attack these. Ublab, come and attack these. You over here. You over here. Alright, Free Company Militia, we'll have you come and take the Crypt Ghouls. Commander Bernhardt, go and deal with these. And then the crossbows, I want you to come around to the flank, just ready to start firing on their position. And if we grab my warrior priests, you can come back here and help out. And then Keradon, I want you to come forward and engage. In fact, you come and engage these. You come and engage these. And then you come and engage these. There we go. That should work out. Now, if we grab our Grudgebringer infantry, we can now showcase this off. So, give it a second. And then, kabam! Very, very cool. Right, and as for you guys, you managed to get caught up. Really? Well, no matter. Let's get the Grudgebringer out and about. So we wanted something like that. Hopefully it won't catch too many of my Imperial Foot in the blast range. Oh, that was absolutely devastating to them. Oh my god. The Crypt Horrors are about to die. You guys are managing okay. Let's bring you guys around now, ready to do the flank. You activate the Tormentor's Sword to debuff everybody. And then you guys come into the flank here. Alright, let's have a look how everyone else is doing. Ragnar and his wolves are nearly destroyed the Crypt Ghoul, especially with their crossbows help. You guys swap your focus over to there. And then you guys are going to come in to attack them. So now I want you to start just laying pistol shots into them. Okay, let's get the Grudgebringer cannon. Is it worth... Nah, it's not going to be worth me actually trying to use it right now, is it? Nah. Okay, Pistoliers. Let's get you guys out of there now. Okay, Commander. Let's get you... Let's get you... How are we doing over here? Come over here and deal with the criticals. That should eliminate these off. There we go. Nice devastating charges then. Alright, 13 seconds and we can actually use that once more. Alright, looks like that's going quite well. How are we doing over here now? Free Company, bring around it to here. Magnus Wolves, get around here. And then I want you to come and charge into this unit here. If we can kill off the Vampires, that's going to help us out greatly. It looks like now, though, everything is starting to actually just break down and disintegrate. Yeah, we've got this in the bag. Okay, I think it's just the Vampires left. Apparently a close victory. The gods will look ill upon he who came so near to defeat. Really? We came that close to defeat? I'll tell you what, let's get back to the campaign map and we can actually tally up the losses. So, a close victory, although I have to disagree with that. We only took 279 losses, we didn't lose any full units, and we managed to wipe out the entire enemy garrison thanks to their disintegration. So now, the fate of Morkheim is in my hands. Now we're going to just skip forward here, and where we're going to go? Well, if you guys remember, we do need to occupy Morkheim as part of the quest chain for Asgard's Bloodfist. And I know by doing so, we will get access to another Dwarf Warrior unit. So I'm going to go and loot and occupy, because we're not going to keep Morkheim. We're just going to get a bit of replenishment going, and then we're going to go and continue our journey. Now the goal, like I said last episode, is to actually make our way down to the Land of Assassins. I think by heading down there and dealing with the followers of Nagash, we'll be able to establish then a stronghold, ready for us to start making, forays into the desert, and start working on defeating the Desert King. Christ, what am I talking about? The Dread King. Thank you. Right, the gods are angry. The omens are ill. Something you've done has angered the gods. Really? I don't care. Because while I don't want to spend 1,000, the fact that if we do this, we're burning down Morkheim in the next turn, so I'm not that fussed at all. But we've not managed to succeed in that mission. Let's get through all of these. We picked up the Orb of Chalcida? Anyway, a powerful weapon to be used against the undead. Those twisted malevolence torments its wielder with visions of impending undeath. That sounds kind of cool. So, Bernhardt gets a 6% bonus to weapon strength when fighting against the undead, but he also has a -3 penalty to leadership. But his entire army get +4 melee attack. Okay, I'll quite happily take that. But, here is Morkheim. Now, I don't know if I showed off yet what buildings we can actually get if we occupy a settlement ourselves. So if I just quickly pop on here, you can see it's not many, but it does give me certain bonuses. A training ground, for example, gives you extra bonuses when you recruit units in there. If we go for a Chapel of Ulrich, which I'm not going to question, alright, we could also do a common temple, but these give us nice bonuses as well. We could go for basic walls, which will allow me then to recruit spearmen and swordsmen, as you can see at the bottom. And then the tall walls will give me crossbowmen. We go Night Watch. We've got a Barber Surgeon, Aid Station, and Field Hospital that gives extra growth and attrition debuffs. And this will also allow us to get Free Company Militia, crossbows, and spearmen even earlier. Also going up into Halfling Rangers and Witch Hunters, and then a coaching in for Ogres. Now, we don't plan to stick around in Morkheim. It's a terrible location, as you can see from the climate, and it's also a breeding ground, you could say, for the savage orcs. They will constantly be trying to make their way over here, and it will be causing a lot of rebellion with the climate problems as well. So we are going to leave as soon as we can. In fact, given how much we'll be able to get our replenishment, we're actually going to start making our way down. Now, Gorga is on the way, and I do want to make our way down to oh, crap. The Greybeard Prospectors have managed to get quite far away from their starting location down here. Now, the problem with them taking Zandri is that we needed to do that in order to unlock our first mage, if we wanted one to spawn in, and I believe we can get one which has ice magic, which none of the other factions can get. Now, the problem with the dwarves taking it is that if I click on them, we can't declare war on dwarf factions. So, unless someone comes in and basically kills them, there's not much we can do about taking Zandri. So I'll tell you what, let's have a quick look actually. Dwarves? No? Where are they? Oh, maybe we haven't encountered them yet, which is kind of weird, but sure. Right, let's start moving our troops down and to head towards Gorga. So we can move quite a distance, but let's go here. That way we can still replenish. The reason why I'm actually moving them out right away is because I am planning to abandon this right now. We've already completed the mission, so we don't need to keep it. Do I want to abandon it? Yes. There we go. Close that. And I don't know if... because what will happen with the mod setup is that it will abandon by next turn. But I don't know if it would still give me that turn replenishment if it started just before we start our next turn. So I'm just going to leave it and do that. It does the same thing anyway. Now, what can we recruit instead? We can get our hands on some Wood Elf Glade Guard, and we can get our hands on some more Dwarf Warriors. I kind of want to get both. Dwarf Warriors are going to be really good for infantry purposes. And we're actually not that far away from getting our hands on a Tree Man as well. Ugh. Right. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to actually get rid of one of the pikemen, so we can get our hands on the Glade Guard. And we're going to go for one of the Tree Men units. I mean, sorry, the Dwarfers. I think I've got Tree Men on my mind now. But we'll go for that. Okay, that'll work. We've also got a lot of population surplus, so it won't be too long until, whether or not we can take Zandri or not, we can still get our hands on a wizard. If we pop onto the panel, our next building requires 8 population surplus. Now you can see we're getting 26 a turn, and our population surplus goes up by every 20. So next turn we can actually get our hands on a wizard's cart, and potentially upgrade it to this as well, giving us extra bonuses to recruitment rank. That could actually work out quite nicely. We were able to get our hands on a wizard fairly early on then. So yeah, we'll leave that rest up. Now, you need a name. Now, I gave it some thought before I started the episode, because, and so for what can we call him? Don't want to keep calling him the Warrior Priest. So, someone pointed out in the comment section of the last video that the unit I actually lost in one of the auto-resolves was Eusebio the Bleak's Flagellants. Now, according to the unit description in, I believe it was Dark Omen, Eusebio the Bleak's men is led by Eusebio the Bleak, who's a Sigmar priest. Now, his men may have died, but is awakened something in him and is eventually going to allow him to become a battle, a warrior priest, someone who can actually do spells and prayers in combat. So, your name now is going to be Eusebio the Bleak. And I can actually spell it. There we go. Welcome. Now you need a level up, so let's give you Plans Troops and Safeguard. There we go. Right, that's going to be you sorted. Now, I'm not too worried about the building, so we'll just go ahead now and skip the turn. What I'm going to do is make my way down to Gorga, ready for us to attack it, so I'll see you guys when that actually gets into position. Well, we're starting the turn with some extremely good news, as we've now unlocked a tree man called Nullfist that we can recruit to the army. The thing is, we haven't really got enough room in the army right now, but something for us to remember. at some point I do want to start a second army, and it's going to be quite useful to just separate the units out a bit so we can get a mixture of the unique ones that the mod creates, as well as more standard troops. But at the moment, I'm going to be taking advantage of an event that happened during the end turn phase just now. You can see here we've got 2 full stacks of Khemri forces heading up towards Gorga. Now, for some reason, this army, I believe, here, had a bright idea. It was led by the faction leader, and it had the bright idea of attacking the 2 armies with this one and a tiny little force next to it. And it didn't go too well for them. Now, I don't plan to actually keep Gorga. I'm going to burn it down again like we did with Mork. But if we can get there first, before Khemri do, that's going to help us out. In particular, any experience we get from fighting these 2 armies is going to help out too. So, we're going to go in first, start the attack. Band's bar very much in my favour, but I am going to make it a bit more even. We're going to go light... Is it really much point me lightning striking though? You know what? Do this. That was quite an easy fight. I don't know what I was worrying about. They managed to get a nice bit of gold. We are losing a fair bit each turn, so anything that helps out there is going to be appreciated. But now, we'll go after Gorga. Again, balance bar very much in my favour. We will lose some men in this fight, but to be honest, that balance bar, just do that. We didn't actually do too badly. We lost less men doing this than we did against Mork, but bear in mind, Mork was a major settlement. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and do that. Again, loot and occupy. Destroy the Grudgebringers Empire. Excellent. And we picked up a new relic sword. Okay. So again, we're not going to bother building anything up. We're just going to take the bit of replenishment and move on. In fact... Oh no, we can't do that because we just ended that turn. We'll get the replenishment and we're just going to continue going. We're going to take advantage though and upgrade to a wizard's carriage, so we can get our hands in on a more powerful wizard. And as our population surplus goes up, we'll make sure in the next, probably to get up to a paymaster wagon so we can get our upkeep down a bit. Because at the moment, 897 is not that good. As for this, Commander Bernhardt. In fact, did you not have... Huh. Well, I'll tell you what, actually. Given that we've been facing the undead, I'm thinking we'll go for Masterful Tactics versus the undead. Give me bonuses against vampire counts. And apparently down at the bottom, Tomb Kings. But we'll go for that. And we'll manage to unlock over here, I saw. The Shadow of the Horned Rats skill. So the warriors that are in the army now are veterans of the Shadow of the Horned Rat campaign, and they've learned hard how to stop Vermintide and Var. So, we can now get bonuses both against Skaven and the Greenskins. Now, we're not going to go for Dark Omen until we've defeated the Dread King, because I think that's just fitting for a role-playing perspective. We're not going to get this until we defeat our arch nemesis for the campaign. But there we go. Quite happy with that end result. Alright, we also need to upgrade you Subio. Let's give you... I've already been upgrading you in Passion to get your melee defense up. It's got melee defense of 82, that's crazy. Oh, hang on, I did notice this. Renowned. Okay, +2 leadership to the whole army. Increase drop chance for magical items. Attrition debuff. +1 lead... okay, +3 leadership and defending. Oh, an actual casualty replenishment. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. For them to actually get a small little chain. It doesn't do all that much. I mean, you know, for example, that does. But something like this, where it's just like +3 leadership, is not that big a deal. But that's really cool to see, nevertheless. Huh. Anyway, let's give you points in Wild-Eyed now. Start improving your own combat abilities. Right, and then that's about it really. Hit enter. Now the next thing we want to start doing is making our way along the coast in order to head towards the Land of Assassins. Now as we get closer, it'll give me an opportunity then to check to see exactly what we're dealing with in terms of whether or not the followers in Nagash are still around. I can tell they are here, But by the time we get there, I don't know if the Chevaliers of Lyonesse defeat them, whether or not one of the Araby factions has defeated them, if the Greybeard Prospectors have defeated... My point being, I won't know that they're there until we get down there. But I'll skip forward a few more turns then until we get to there. And we'll be able to make a decision about what we're going to be doing next. Okay then guys, we're back. You know what? I have more respect for people who do a lot of editing and do like multiple hours of videos before they edit it down to like a 30-minute video or something like that. Like the ones on my channel tend to be ones like the ones I tend to watch are the occasional like Roll 1D2 gaming and that, because as you guys know, I like to just watch really unedited footage. But anyway, I have to check out something during that end turn phase just now because something went a bit weird. Although it could be me. But anyway, you haven't missed much. We've made our way down to the bottom of the Lashik region, ready to march on the Wizard Khalid's palace. We've picked up a wizard now, although for some reason the bonus to his ranks didn't work. But we now got a bright wizard called Luther Flamestrike, who appeared in both Shadow of the Horned Rat and Dark Omen. But he's now joined us, and he's got the trait Monster Hunter, which I thought was quite... made me laugh. I don't think he was that sort of character in the games, but hey-ho, that's what he's got. It's the best one out of the options I had, anyway. We've also been joined by a witch hunter called Matthias, the Surgeon of Sin, and I've probably spelled surgeon wrong, I'm thinking about it. I don't know, I'll check it for the next episode. But Matthias actually appeared in Dark Omen, and the reason I call him Surgeon of Sin is because that's the title that he referred to himself as. But I don't think he was really that sort of good a witch hunter. Oh my god. The Barnes Bar said this was very, very different than what it actually has turned out to be. Why can't I see the other army? It looks like there's a full stack behind him as well. 1, 2. Okay. I think we can manage that. We'll continue marching down now into their land. I mean, it's a bold statement, but we're going to be staying away from the garrison at least. We don't want... What does that have? Oh my god, that's going to be a tough nut to crack, ain't it? They've got Ushapti, they've got Necropolis Knights, Tomb Scorpion, a Skeleton Spearmen and Archers, some Fellbats, Carrion, Nehekhara Warriors, and a Prince leading the defense as well. Okay, well, what we'll do then is we'll see if we can get them to come out to attack us. I'd still bet on my men against their troops if they come out to attack me with an army like this, but I'm not willing to try and fight the garrison and all of these at the same time. We'll just have to wait and see. In fact, we do have an alliance with the Greybeard Prospectors now, picked up in the intern phase. Can we have them possibly go after the armies here? We don't need them to actually lay siege to the settlement, because I want that palace. But if they can do that for me, that would be quite useful. But, oh yeah, we also picked up a defensive alliance with Khemri. Now, normally I didn't know that was going to be quite fitting and, you know, role-playing reasons, but I figured that Commander Bernhardt is quite a practical man. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, as the saying goes. And Khemri do not like the followers of the Dread King. So, we've now got eyes on the site as well, thanks to this Slayer. That's going to be a tough nut to crack. We've got 1, 2, 3 full stacks, including one that looks like it's, well, that's supposed to be the Dread King, but he does look like he's doing some Sauron cosplay. But, well, that's going to be difficult. We've only got the one army here. As good as we are, that's going to be still really difficult. But we shall see. Let's leave it a turn. And depending on how this army is set up, we might be able to actually do some damage to them, thanks to Lightning Strike. But we'll keep an eye on the situation as it stands and see how it unfolds. Okay, here comes King Samtik. Come King Menkaus. And who else? Hierophant Nehekhara. Anybody else to party? Oof. I think we can take this army on. I mean, they got skellies, don't get me wrong, and they one unit criticals, but we fought our full stacks of Graveguard. This is nothing for me to really worry about. And we've got about a few minutes. Let's fight it. May the best man win, I guess. Okay then. Let's get this on the road. So we've got quite a lot of starting magic and 95 power reserve. That's going to really help us out with magic, even if we can only cast Fireball at the moment. But heavy spell is going to help, isn't it? Now, how are we going to set up to receive? Well, we do have a slight hill when you take into account the dune right here. So I'm thinking is we stay where we are, but at the same time, yeah, we'll pull the troops back a little bit, but let's put the Grudgebringer cannon right on top of the hill ready to shoot down. And if we're lucky, we might even be able to shoot over our line as well. Unless we just do the same thing as I did against the vampire counts at Morkheim. And that worked out quite well, didn't it? Yeah, let's just do that. So let's set up this army of mine. So we'll put Caradan on the end over here. Leave him separate. We'll grab... Where am I? Glade Guard. You guys can be over here. Right, we'll scatter then the 2 units of ogres in the army, like that. In fact, we'll swap over something like this. Yeah, that would work. Alright, so you guys then can deploy right across here. Let's put you on top of here, in fact. Do something like that. Oh, screw it. We might as well let the cannon just stay where it is then. So, cannon's going to fire over the Dwarf Warriors led by Asgard's Bloodfist. We've got our Glade Guard over here. Unfortunately, these are the Eternal Guard without shields. That would have been quite cool if we had those, but oh well. Oh, hang on, you blab. Oh, you weren't moved in. 1 second. Oh, I moved you in, that's why. Oh, my bad. Because it didn't change anything, they are scattered out as well. And it got a bit mixed up for me. Okay, let's try that again. There we go, much better. Right, Vice's Outlaws, you're going to come over to the flank like always, ready to shoot. Right, Free Company, Militia, and everybody else. We want to make sure you guys aren't being flanked too much. We'll put 1 unit over this way, because I've replaced the other one with Luther. But you guys come here, you guys come here. Crossbows and archers then can make their way onto the top. Just something like that. Could do quite nicely. Yeah, you guys can stay there. Ragnar's Wolves can back here. Bernhardt and your men come over to here. And then Caradan can stay back here. And likewise, used to be at the Bleak and Luther Flamestrike. You can actually come up here ready to start blasting with fireballs. And there we go. Enemy reinforcements are all going to be coming in from over here. How quick are the wolves? 95 speed against 100. Okay. And for some reason, they don't actually have much in the way of ranged capability. So I might as well just send my outlaws out in order to basically just kite and shoot. Yeah, it's quite surprising. In the tabletop, direwolves, I remember, are much faster than horses. I believe they've got like a movement of 9, whereas horses have got 8. So the fact that it's the other way around is kind of weird to see. But hey, we'll take it. Right. Let's get the wolves going. Because these are going to be a pain to deal with, usually. Oh right, they've got magic. That's a couple of them knocked off the horse. Right, is my cannon in range yet? It isn't. Right. Tell you what, go and focus on these for me. The first blood, it seems, has gone to the tomb... Oh god, that didn't come out right. First blood is even coming to the Tomb Kings. My bad. Ugh, I'm starting to feel tired at this point. It's been a bit of a long day today, even if I haven't really done much, since, you know, we're not allowed out and about and that. So I'll switch around and come and attack these. Cannon is starting to fire. Okay. We've got wolves over here. Alright, well, I'm ideally wanting is aim right in the middle of the spears here. Might as well go for that nice big clump of enemies, eh? So there, you go and start firing on that position. You're firing away at the crypt ghouls. In fact, that's actually a really good target for you. Go off and do that. Ragnar's wolves. 68 speed against 95. Okay, that makes more sense to me. But sure, we might actually have you come over here and chase these. Alright, Bernhardt, come and attack these. Get Grudgebringer to give you a bit of a boost here. Oh, damn it, they moved out of the way too much, just in time. Okay, War Wagons. I didn't realise I had you, but go and shoot me that king. Oh, crap, okay. Oh, wow, didn't expect that. Jesus Christ, that was a bit of damage. Okay, keep firing on him. Right. That's fine. Here comes their king as well. Let's get you guys to come around here ready to attack him. Alright, Vice's Outlaws. Again, shot out there. That's fine. Let's get you guys to come in and kill off their commander. You guys are going to come over here and get him. Alright, let's get you over here to kite these. Alright, let's get... Can we get a fireball heading over there yet? We cannot. Okay. No matter, no matter. Right, let's get you guys spin around and go after these. You keep shooting these. But get on skirmish mode just in case. Alright, how are we all looking now? The Outlaws are fighting their king. Okay, Imperial Foot, come and attack these. Okay, Luther. Let off your spells. Alright. Oh, okay, that managed to get a hit in at least. Alright, do pepper shots against them. And then we'll start moving my own troops in ready to start the attack. Right, looks like their king is about to die there. Christ, there's a lot of men to fight, isn't there? Okay. Bernhardt, we might get you out of there, because it looks like you're taking quite a bit more damage than I anticipated. But you guys can finish off these. We got you guys in here, right. Start firing on that position there. Okay, you continue firing on these. Grudgebringer, crossbows, get into position here. Fire Warrior, let's get you guys charging out here. You guys can come over here and deal with these. Do a Banner of Wrath. Oh, we're just slightly out of range of the Banner of Wrath, right. You guys come in here. Caradan, come down and help. Eusebio, you're going to come in and provide support as well. You charge right into these. You charge into these. Right, Free Company Militia, start attacking these. Ragnar's Wolves might get you to head out in just a second. Who isn't attacking somebody? Right, you come over here and attack these now. It looks like we've managed to defeat their Tomb Prince. Or even their Tomb King, I should say. Let's get you guys out of there. Imperial Foots, come and deal with these. Alright, you're about to cast another spell in just a minute. Let's start boosting up my own troops. Right. You guys, I want you to come over here and deal with him. You shoot these. Huntsman, start focusing now on the skeleton spearmen here. Looks like they've now summoned in their Shapti right next to Luther. Crap. Okay. Let's do this thing. See if you can do that right into them. Okay, Vice's Outlaws, start attacking these. Flame Strike, get your butt out of there. Okay, Free Company Militia continue to fire into the Skelly Warriors with a bit of mixed results. Ragnar's Wolves, get out of there. Okay, you guys continue firing on their position here. Bernhardt has got the Grudgebringer sword active. Let's get you ready to cast that straight into them, and then we'll move you out of there, please. Oh, that was beautiful. Look how much damage we did. Alright, Bernhardt's going to get out of there and start helping over here. Alright. Right, what we got over here? Huntsmen are dealing with direwolves. You're dealing with a prince. Okay, let's get you to fire on that position there. You come in and attack these. Right, warriors are now rallying. Okay, Ragnar's Wolves. We're going to kite away a few units with them, and then we're going to pull them back ready to do attacks into the rear.
I am a pyromancer.
Right, you are a pyromancer indeed. Okay, Luther, let's get you around here. We'll start blasting into them a bit. Right, let's get you firing it perilously close to my warriors there. Grudgebringer infantry, let's blast these now. Okay, Bernhardt is supposed to get out of there. Get out of there. Pikemen, continue what you're doing over there. You're doing a good job. Kill that Tomb King. Right. Blast now into that unit of skeleton spearmen. Excellent, that's just what I want to see. Your Sabio is doing quite well over here. The ogres and that are handling the job extremely well. Very proud of them. Alright, start boosting up my troops even more. Okay, your Shapti are now starting to make their way back. Let's spin you guys around. Fire on their position here. Ragnar's wolves. Okay, weave past these guys and then make your way down to attack these. Commander. Okay, we're nearly killed off them. Okay. You guys make your way around to here, and I want you to start firing into the enemy's position here. Come off skirmish mode, in fact. You guys concentrate on these. You guys concentrate on these. Right. You... Oh, wow. That Shapti victory is now within our grasp. Okay, looks like they're starting to desolate. Right. Come and finish these off. You shoot these. Okay, let's get you guys firing into these. You guys make your way down here and attack these. Commander Bernhardt. Looks like the situation has almost been wiped out by these units here anyway. Let's get the war wagons to come and finish these off. You make your way over here and then ready to blast anyone you need to. Crossbowmen continue firing. Huntsmen continue firing. Let's get Ublab and his men to come over this way. So Keradan can head over to here. Asgars, make your way over to here. Luther, do we need you to blast anyone with more with magic? Don't really want to risk hitting my own men, but screw it, why not? Alright, Free Company Militia. These are starting to disintegrate. Charge in and help them out in that case. Ragnar's Wolves, come over here and attack these. Right. Yeah, fire into that position there, please. Quickly, get a few more kills. Right, that situation's now been dealt with. Right. I think we got this in the bag, ladies and gentlemen. Right. Blast them. Oh, that was just in time. Ragnar's Wolves charging in. That unit is gone. Goodbye, men. Right, now we just got that one over there left and this one to deal with. Alright, Bernhardt. Let's give Grudgebringer another go, shall we? Alright, Great Cannon. I suppose we could actually get you firing, can't we? Alright. Let's let Grudgebringer have one more shot. And then I think we can safely bring this battle to an end. Right. Let's slow this down so we get this timed perfectly. So we wanted something like this. 3, 2, 1, and... Okay, that wasn't as perfect as I want, but we'll finish them off with a charge. You stop firing, because we don't want you to kill any of my own troops. Right. Oh, the skeleton's smashing into the screen just then. I'm watching it just disintegrate. Yeah, that should be fairly easy pickings now for us. There we go. Last bit of health. 900. Goodbye. Alright, let's speed that last bit up. We don't need to watch the rest of that. A heroic victory. Oh, I am happy to see that. Right, let's go back to the campaign map and tally up the losses. So, heroic victory. We lost 383 men, so roughly just under a third of the army, roughly. But we managed to wipe out over 4,500 undead. That was amazing. Admittedly, we lost one unit to Free Company militia, but I'll happily take that loss. But it does mean now that we can actually start laying siege to the palace in order to get our major settlement under control, so we actually have a headquarters to start making our way out then into the desert, hopefully to gain more experience, but also to track down and kill the Dread King. Now we are going to execute the captives for as little as it's worth. We're facing the Tomb Kings. Oh, because we were actually encamped, we're going to get replenishment as well. That's going to work out quite nice. Huh. And depending on what that army does, you know, there's one here. Depending if it's going to huh. This could work out quite nicely. Okay then guys, we're going to leave it here for today now. It's been quite a bit more recording than I expected to do, and I'm going to have to edit this down ready for me to upload onto YouTube. But I have to say I've quite enjoyed it, especially that last fight. Now if we skip for all of this, now what I was thinking about doing, potentially, is that this army here is actually outside the settlement as far as I can tell. Meaning, if I didn't want to fight the, do a siege battle, I could actually just attack this one king and draw out the whole garrison. However, given what the garrison's actually got, because you got Ushabti, they've got a Necropolis Knights, Tomb Scorpions and that. Personally, I think it would be better if I can actually just attack the walls itself, because that way now I can build the siege towers. We don't have to worry about dealing with the Ushabti and that. We can just take the walls and then basically just lay fire into the center until we do as much damage as we can with our missile troops, and then bring in the infantry to finish off the job. But we'll have to wait and see how that goes. So we are still replenishing a little bit, but I think we're in a position we can just go and attack. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Might as well start the siege now anyway. So it looks like we're going to take a few turns anyway to get everything built up. So I'm going to go and queue up 2 lots of siege towers. We're going to just do the... I mean, we could just do that. There is a chance that they'll come out to attack me. But given what the Tomb Kings usually have, like if we scout the terrain and give it a second to load up. Oh crap, it's this one. So what we'll be looking at is roughly 3 to 4 towers, probably 4 towers from what I remember, on each wall. And yeah, that's going to be tough to crack unless we have siege equipment. But we're going to set up, we're going to continue the siege. I'm going to quickly do the level ups. So Commander Bernhardt's got 1 point. Let's give that 2. Missile Warden could come in handy, but we are otherwise... Casualty replenishment, I think it would do quite nicely. Upkeep though. Let's get a point there for definite. Okay, Eusebio, let's give you now another point in replenish troops. And then Luther, we're going to give you a point in the fireball. In fact, I'm going to try and level them all up as we go along. So rather than jump straight for this, I mean, let's go... Actually, let's go and get that. That's a fairly cheapish spell. And then... Oh, you've got more points to spend. My bad. Let's give you that, and I'm going to give you Kindle Flame as well. If it makes them more likely to be hit, then that's much better for us as well, isn't it? Right. Let's send Matthias now, where I can find him. Here he is.
Show me the accused.
Go and see if you can do some damage to their heroes. 20%? 19. Okay, go and take out the Tomb Prince.
No, sir.
Failure. But it did give you some experience. We'll go for 2 points in as Specialist. Researching now. Oof. To be honest, I probably want to try and... I mean, this one gives me +4 melee defense and charge bonus. We don't need to worry too much about that one. Yet. But going for something that would help my cavalry, or definitely help out like the war machine in that would be thing. But we got much more cavalry, I mean infantry. Let's at least go for state-issued weapons. So, as you can see, all we use standardized equipment, which means that we get those bonuses. But, yeah, we're going to leave it here now, ladies and gentlemen. So, I'm going to skip forward a few turns in order for us to build the siege equipment, unless the garrison come forth to attack us. In that case, I'll save it just before the battle, so we can start the next episode off with it. But as for now, thank you very much for watching today's episode even, and I do hope you join me next time for some more Warhammer. Otherwise, take care everybody and stay safe out there, and goodbye for now.